Hey, so if you're struggling with hair loss, you've probably been told it's just your genes, right? But what if a big part of the answer isn't on your scalp at all, but actually in your blood? Today, we're going to dig into some hidden clues that could really change the game for you. So let's talk about it. Male or female pattern hair loss. It's it's just so frustrating, isn't it? And it feels like the story always ends the same way. Oh, it's just your genetics. There's nothing you can do. You're just kind of supposed to accept it. But what if that's not the whole story? I mean, yeah, genetics might load the gun, so to speak, but it's often other things that are actually pulling the trigger. And those things can turn what should be a really slow process into something that feels way, way more aggressive. So, what are we talking about here? Well, we're diving into two major hidden aggravators: chronic stress and, you guessed it, not having enough of certain key nutrients. These are the culprits that can fly completely under the radar, but wow, they can have a massive impact on your hair. Okay, think of it this way. Your genetic hair loss is maybe the main problem, right? But stress and low nutrient levels, they're like pouring gasoline on the fire. They act as these huge amplifiers. Our source material puts it really simply. They're the things that are making this way worse. And listen, if any of this is starting to sound familiar, you are definitely not alone. This whole situation where genetics gets a nasty boost from these other factors is, and this is a direct quote, super, super common. So many people are dealing with this and they just don't realize there's this other piece of the puzzle they could be looking at. All right, so how do you find that missing piece? How do you stop guessing and start knowing what's really going on inside your body? Well, the key is this incredible diagnostic tool that gives you cold, hard answers. And that tool is blood work. And here's why that works. The effects of all that stress or not getting the right nutrients, they're not just invisible feelings. Nope, they actually leave behind measurable clues, little fingerprints all over your blood work. And that's huge because it takes this vague problem and turns it into something solid, something you can actually point to and say, okay, let's fix that. Now, this is maybe the most important part. You can't just walk into your doctor's office and say, hey, check my blood for hair loss. Well, it's just not specific enough. To get the answers you need, you have to know exactly what to ask for. And that brings us to the absolute core of this whole thing. This is the practical, actionable part. I'm about to give you the exact checklist of blood tests you need to talk about with your doctor. Okay, so you might want to grab a pen or screenshot this. You need to ask for these specific tests: vitamin D3, ferritin, which is really important. It measures your stored iron. Then serum iron itself, zinc, copper, and last but not least, vitamin B12. Getting all of these together gives you this amazing, comprehensive picture of what's going on. And seriously, this isn't just some random list of vitamins. This is the checklist. This is what empowers you. Because when you walk in with this list, you're not just a patient with a problem. You're an informed partner in your own health. It leads to a totally different and way more productive conversation with your doctor. Okay, so you've got the checklist, you go get the tests. Now what? What happens next? Let's walk through the path from here because it's actually pretty straightforward. The game plan is simple, really. Step 1, get the blood work done with that list we just talked about. Step 2, you and your doctor look at the results and pinpoint anything that's running low. Step 3, you start supplementing smartly to bring those specific levels back up. And the whole point of all this, step 4, making a real positive impact on your hair. And that, right there, is the end goal. I love how our source puts it. If you manage those types of things, it's going to positively impact the male and female pattern loss. See, you're not magically erasing your genetics, but you are taking away those things that have been making everything so much worse. So, you see, by looking past what you see in the mirror and digging into these hidden factors, you're opening up a completely new way to take back some control. And it all starts with a simple blood test. So the question really isn't if you should look a little deeper. It's what are you going to find when you do? I mean, what could your blood work reveal?